Welcome to this travel tip. We will be taking you to Picacho, Arizona, which is situated between Casa Grande and Tucson. We've driven by this place many times and never thought to stop, and actually this day we had not planned to stop, but because of different situations, we had to burn a couple hours. We thought, you know what, we'll go check this place out, and I've got to tell you, it is a great place for families or couples or just anybody. It's just a hoot. They're normally open 9 to 5, but in the summer their hours are shortened because of the heat for the visitors and for the animals. But as you enter past some gorgeous cactus, you'll pay the fee, which is from $12 to $15 depending on if you want to feed the new Cownose stingrays. We chose the bigger option, and we were given a blue cup that had a green bean for their new tortoises from Galapagos and feed for the different animals. They have dwarf goats, Pekin ducks, St. Croix sheep, parakeets, diving ducks, bunnies, fallow deer, miniature donkeys, beer goats, and rainbow lorikeets. We started off feeding the cute donkeys. This ranch has been in operation to the public since 1999, where it started out just a place to feed ostriches, but now there are all kinds of critters like miniature Sicilian donkeys, which is where we started off. They were so cute. They just gobble the stuff right out of your hand. I thought, boy, this isn't enough food for everybody that we're going to be feeding today, but it certainly was. If you're like me, you'll pick up some of the food that has fallen off onto the ground to kind of help supplement your cup. Next, we went and fed the parakeets. They give you a little stick that has bird seed at the end. Place the stick through the fence and the parakeets just land all over it and gobble it up, and they're so beautiful and colorful. Next stop is the goat penthouse. Why are the goats in the air? Well, this sign says goats are well known to be climbers and to love to be up high. If given a choice, goats will go to the highest point possible. One reason is that goats are prey animals, and it's wired into them to get to the highest point to watch for predators, much like their relatives, the bighorn sheep. Just hysterical. And they told us that the goats actually have like a pecking order, and they race to see who gets to go to the penthouse every day. And right next to that is the hole in the wall gang, and this is the goat kissing booth. Did I kiss a goat? Nope. But we did feed them. Disgusting. I'm not gonna kiss one of these guys.
They give you instructions how to do it over here.
Feeding them is bad enough. Next stop, the ostriches, and these ostriches do bite, and their beaks are extremely hard. I was sort of shocked. I fed them a couple times, and I decided not to do that. I would just feed it through the cups that they had in the side of the fence because that was just a lot safer. They say that Rooster actually lost a front tooth by being pecked in the mouth by one of these crazy guys. The views behind of Picacho Peak is simply gorgeous.
They go for it. Well fed, aren't you?
Inside the cup are also a couple of coins that you can use to buy feed for the different animals, like the hens and the bunnies and the ducks. The hens nor the bunnies were hungry by the time we got there. We were there mid-afternoon, and they were stuffed from being fed by all the earlier visitors. The St. Croix sheep, though, oh, they were so hungry, and these guys were so beautiful and clean, and they loved to just lean over and get as much food as they could. And there were a couple that were a few hogs, but we just had to move around so that we could feed all the different ones. These dwarf goats were also cute, where they just poke through these blue barrels that they've cut circles at so that their heads can fit through. And here are the ducks. Once you reach the section after the bunnies, you have to have finished up all the food. All that you can have left is the green bean that will be for the Galapagos tortoises and the lorikeet food. These guys were new to the ranch, and we walked on in, and like some of the other animals, it was getting hot and it was late in the day, and they weren't too hungry. It took a while for me to find one that was actually interested in my green bean. I'm afraid to reach down. And this is a cute couple, wouldn't you say? Next, to go feed the rainbow lorikeets. The nectar cup is the only feed that's allowed in. Please finish feeding all other animals before entering. And they do have a lot of wet wipes so that you can clean yourself and your hands and all that from the food and from some of the animal slobber. But it's just really good fun. These lorikeets are colorful and noisy and a little rambunctious. As you can see, we're trying to feed them, and this one knocked the cup of nectar that Steve was trying to hold to feed him. But look at the colors. God is amazing. amazing when he created these animals, all of them, even the
What
ostrich.
did you go and do a thing like that for? What good is that now?
This sign was kind of cute. It's all fun until someone gets pooped on. Then it's just plain fun. Fortunately, that didn't happen to us, but they were doing that a lot. That's what birds do. Last stop, the Stingray Bay. We had paid the up price to be able to get this food to feed these stingrays, and you are not allowed to take any food in, absolutely, except for the stingray food. These are Cownose stingrays. They gave us little pieces of shaved squid, and you place it in between your fingers and you lower your hand, and the stingrays will just hover over and gobble up that piece of squid very quickly. The water felt good. I wanted to jump on in with them, quite frankly, but I didn't. They probably would have not liked that. The gift shop is small, but they had some of the cutest items in there, really funny stuff, and good prices. We had 1 coin left. They do have an arcade shooting range, so we popped on over there to use our last coins, and there were a couple of boys just hanging around, so we thought, you know what, they're going to enjoy this a lot more than we did, so we gave them our tokens so that they could shoot in the arcade. It's just plain fun, and they've been there since 1999. A family business, and I believe in supporting family-owned and operated businesses across our nation because this is a part of American history. Learn it, love it, appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Treasure our American history. And if you want to learn about these places and more, I encourage you to get one of my travel books. There's an Eastern edition, a Central edition, and a Western edition. If you order all 3, there's no charge for shipping. And there is tons of information in those books on local places off and on the beaten path and fun places to stop to learn more about our nation's history and geography. And I want to encourage you to check out all of our social media channels, Insatiable Travelers, Facebook, Brighteon, and our YouTube channel, Steve Groman. Subscribe to our channels and help us grow our channels by hitting the notification bell, liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment, and sharing with your friends and family. Thank you so much.